All right, welcome back. So we finished our drawing of our empty room in our last video. So now we are going to add in our door. And I'm going to put my door on this side over here, which you might remember from the last time. This is my side of I have a little bit less space over here. If this is the same width as this, totally doesn't matter. But I'm just going to put mine over here because I have a little bit less space. So I'm going to start by making a vertical line going from the floor. And so I'm going to use my ruler again. You want to use your ruler for everything you make here. So I'm going to start, I'm going to leave about that much space here on the outside, and I'm going to go straight up like so. And I want this line to go above my dot. That's kind of the most important thing, is you want to make sure the top of this line is well above your dot. Don't line it up with your dot, make it well above like so. Now, once you have in your line going straight up like that, what you're now going to do is you're going to put your ruler on your dot over here, and then your ruler on the top of that line, the end of that line that you just drew. So line up those 2 points like this. And then we're going to make a line angling down toward the dot this way. And the length of this line that you draw here, you can kind of eyeball it. I'm just going to make it about that, the wide here. This is just going to be the top of my door, okay? So if you made it really long, you'd have a really wide door. If you made it really short, you'd have a really narrow door that you have to scooch through. So you just want it to be kind of comfortable like this. And then once you get this, you are just going to now make a line, again, going straight down. When I say straight down, I mean vertical straight down. So when you put your ruler on your paper, keep your ruler on this side. Don't put it over on this side like this. Keep it over here. And then look at this space over here, and you just want to kind of eyeball. Does this space over here at the top, does that look about the same width down here? If your ruler is like this and you have only a little bit of space here and a lot of space up here, you know something's up. So you just want to make sure it is pretty close to being even, like in an even nice vertical line coming down. This is going to be the thing where if your lines are not quite vertical on these parts, it's going to look like your door is kind of like slanting downwards into the, it's like tilting down. So here we have like a very basic door right here. We have just 3 lines going across, and the bottom down here for our floor. So we're going to make this thing look a little bit more 3-dimensional looking. We're going to make it look like it's pushed into the wall. Here's look at a little door frame there, okay? So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to start by erasing this line right here. Now, what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to use my ruler, even though I'm just going to make like the smallest mark of all right here. I'm just going to put my ruler right here, and I'm going to make a very short little horizontal line right here. And in fact, I'm just going to do it without the ruler because I think I'm going to block it if I use a ruler. So I'm just going to make a very short horizontal line right there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ruler, I'm going to put it on this side, so that when I line it up with this point here, I can look at this line that I've already drawn, and I can make sure that the line that I'm about to draw is going to be parallel to that one that I've already drawn here. So I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to put this right here. I'm just going to go straight up. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, though. I'm going to let it end about there, all the way to the top. And the reason why I'm not going to go all the way to the top here is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another little horizontal line right here, so that I have just a straight up rectangle right there. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I put it really close. You can see it's not quite the same angle there. This is like a nice horizontal line, and that one's going up like that. And the reason why I want to do that is because now I want to make a line going from that little corner here straight back this way here. So again, the easiest way to do this is to, maybe if I do it this way, it's easier to see. If I put my ruler right on that edge here, technically this line is going from my dot to this corner and extending out. It might end up being really, really close. The most important thing is, honestly, if you make it parallel to this one right here, it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna put my point on here, and I'm gonna extend out like that. I kind of overdrew my mark here, so I'm just gonna erase that little part right here. And now I have the top of my door frame right there. And then now I'm going to get the bottom edge. I had you erase this part right here because the wall ends here and then it curves around this section, and then the door is going to be a little bit above that line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ruler on our dot again. And then kind of like just like what I did over here, but on the bottom now, I'm going to put my ruler on my dot, ruler again on that that inside little point right here. I know my points are getting very, very small right now. And then I'm just going to extend that out until it hits the other wall over here. So now I've got, it should go like that, and then you should have this little step like that over here. And once you get this, so now you have a pretty nice looking sense of a three-dimensional door up here. We can make it look a little bit more three-dimensional by adding in some shadows over here. Shading in this little side over here, shady, 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 shade. Make it look nice and even over here. Try to stay within your lines. Nice and neat. And then last but certainly not least, we can add our little doorknob down here. You want your doorknob to be not dead center, but like a little lower than center. And probably the easiest way to do it, if we're gonna put it over here on this side, is have it overlap that little edge a little bit. And then I'm just gonna make kind of like a dark circle right there. And then just like a little like base for it, kind of like, but I'm just kind of keeping it all nice and dark on there, okay? So voila, we now have a door. So I'm gonna pause it here, and then when we come back, we will do a window.